He objectifies the women that have made the mistake to love him, wearing them like ribbons on his chest, asking what sports ball best corresponds to her breast and whether or not the hair on her head matches the rest. A man that we could all identify, but her. She waits tables, walking across the dining room like she's stepping on hot coals, aware of her beauty and happier than many, but her self-confidence is another story. She doesn't think she's got it. What it is, she never makes clear. But between making rent for a roof over her sister's head, getting her to daycare before first period, and praying that her financial aid won't get cut, she manages to cram in some study time between taking tables. But this guy's the last person she should have to take. You see, I've seen guys like him before, and I don't like it, but I'll put up with it just one more time, because it's guys like him that get me going. See, I'm sorry, let me start from the beginning. I fucked up. He objectifies the women that have made the mistake to love him, wearing them like ribbons on his chest, asking what sports ball best corresponds to her breast and whether or not the hair on her head matches the rest. A man we can all identify, but her. She waits tables, walking across the dining room like she's stepping on hot coals, aware of her beauty and happier than many. But her self-confidence is another story. She doesn't think she's got it. What it is, she never makes clear. But between keeping a roof over her sister's head, getting her to daycare before first period class, and praying that her financial aid won't get cut, she crams in some study time between taking tables. But this is a guy she shouldn't have to take. See, the drool coming off his tongue pools in the cheapest drink on the menu. His sweat rolls off his forehead, flying from the air, shooting out his snout, and his hooves pound on the table because of how funny it is. That if that trophy were his, he wouldn't be mounting it on the wall. And it's guys like this that make me sick. See, I'm not going to kill him, but damn, he's the kind of guy that really gets me going. See, I've put up with it before and I'll do it again. And I don't know why I don't just say anything. Because the way he undresses her with his eyes makes me sick. His pupils creep across, taking the straps off her shoulders. His retinas reach out at her breast, and his corneas creep along her panty line. The same lacy, high-cut briefs that once resided on his bedroom floor, but are now in a chest of drawers, squeezed into the garage behind his Lincoln, while I'm squeezing the change in my pocket thinking that this Kennedy dollar penetrating the bottom of my thumb is about the size of his Adam's apple in my grip. But I'm not about to kill this guy. I've seen his kind before, so why don't I say something? But before I can, something happens. He shakes her down with, "Spank you," for refilling his drink, and says, "Maybe you could put your finger in my drink and make it a little sweeter." And she drops the pitcher in embarrassment of this sexual harassment and goes to get a towel, running across the dining room like she's stepping on hot coals. But I step up, and I clean it up, and I give him a check. One for reality. I say, "Look, homie, what the fuck is your deal? You're a phallus-flaunting fuck, and I can't deal with it. So why don't you go ahead and get back in the dirt that's a little bit nicer than your sty before I got to do it myself."
Yeah.
I want to rip out his Y chromosome and shove it so far down his throat that he throws up A through Z, 25 skipping out because, frankly, I don't give a fuck if he forgets Fitz, but I'll be damned if he forgets feminism. Him, the CEO of some corporation that half the population probably hates, and me, a 20-something bleeding heart with an equality agenda.